Okay, so we're back. Let's just continue. So we've talked about Yum in the previous tutorial, the default packet manager, and later on we will be adding repositories and messing around with that, probably in one of the follow-up tutorials. But for the time being, I just want to show you a few basic options. Few essential options would be a proper term that you will use on daily basis in order to manage packets here in Red Hat and pretty much any other Linux distro, although other Linux distros will use different packet managers. For example, Debian packet managers will use aptitude or apt-get. Well, not apt-get, just apt, I guess. And in OpenSUSE you have Zipper. I don't know, I just know those three, like apt, Zipper, and Yum. There could be some others, but those are the major ones. Anyway, let's just go ahead and see what we can do with Yum. So if I type in Yum, well, before any of this happens, you need to run yum update. I have already ran it, so no problems there. And it might take a bit longer for you than it has for me because no packages were marked for update, and you can also yum upgrade. This shouldn't last for long either for me because I do believe that I ran it already. Excellent, so no packages were marked for update. Fantastic. For you, it might take a bit longer. For me, it doesn't because I've already done these things. But anyway, pause the tutorial if you need. Let's type in yum search because before we can install anything on our systems, we first need to figure out what is the true name of a package. So for example, we can take the simple text editing tool called gedit, and search for it. Now this is a simple example, but there's other software for which the names are far more complex. Well, I wouldn't say far more complex, but they don't have a lot of resemblance to what you're used to. For example, you see gedit is basically gedit just with a different arch here. It's, well, not a different arch, it just says the arch is basically have 64-bit. But if I typed in, for example, yum search SQL, it would go down. And of course, these search results will expand as we add other repositories, which we will need in order to install various servers. Down below, you will see immediately that it's actually called a MariaDB, which is a fork of the SQL provided by the MySQL database provided by Oracle. It says a community developed branch of MySQL. It does run faster indeed. That is what I figured out, but the support for it is lacking as if compared to, for example, the MySQL database provided by the Oracle, because you can always contact Oracle via chat, phone, whatever, and they will be there for you. Of course, that version, that support, you have to pay for, while for MariaDB you don't have to pay anything. And it functions in pretty much the same way, and it's fantastic for learning as well. Anyway, let's just go ahead and clear the screen, and let's say that I want to install gedit. So I would type in yum install, this would be the syntax for it, gedit. Of course it's not going to install it because I already have it installed. There you go. But if I typed in yum reinstall gedit, we are going to experience a completely different story here. You see, there are a few things. This is running a transaction check. Package will be reinstalled. Finish dependency resolution. This is very important. You need to have all the dependencies that are necessary. And these are the sort of questions, the one that I mentioned previously, that you're going to get, that you can bypass with -y command. So I'm not going to actually, well, I might as well. This is going to be a relatively short reinstallation. I want to show you how you can actually bypass this, and I will as soon as the reinstallation finishes, but you see it's asking you to confirm it. Okay, I get a warning here. Warnings are fine. Public key for gedit RPM is not installed. Retrieving key. Okay, so that shouldn't be a problem. We can accept it. Just be sure that you see where is the key being pulled from, as that is quite important. Yep, there we go. So if it's from Red Hat, it's fine, but be sure to actually confirm it. Just read through what the text says. It says user ID, Red Hat Incorporate, auxiliary key, fingerprint, package, from, and up above we have pretty much the same information, but just read through it. If it seems fishy or something like that, don't do it. However, repository attacks for man in the middle are, well, they do happen, but not as often. Let's just go ahead and clear. It says installed, clear the screen, and now we can say yum reinstalled space dash y, and we will not be asked any questions in regard to the installation of the package. So you see, it immediately skips the question as it already answers it by default with yes. I would recommend that you actually don't skip this, that you pass in the command without the argument -y, just so you can see what you will encounter along the way. Now, if I want to learn more information about package gedit, I can just type in yum info gedit, press enter, wait a while, and there we go. So you will be given proper information. So we have name, gedit, arch, x86-64, epoch version, release, size, but usually these are the sort of things that people are interested in. It says installed, excellent, and it says from which repository was it actually installed as well, which is very, very nice. Text editor summary, what is it? It's basically a text editor for the GNOME desktop, and you can go to this URL to learn more about it. Probably there will be a separate download link so you can get it from the website as well. Anyway, this is some sort of a general information that will be provided for you for every package in the repositories that you choose, or you don't actually need to install it or download it or anything like that. You can select a completely random package and ask for some info on it. So I can type in, let's go about this path. So yum search SQL as before, and we want the name of MariaDB. So there we go. It's MariaDB. Yum info, and I'm just gonna paste MariaDB here. Let's see what do we get. Gotta be patient a little bit and allow some time for the information to be pooled. Excellent. So it says pretty much the same thing. It says repo, this one, it's gonna be pulled from here. However, it is definitely not installed. You can see that there is a difference between the two. Again, you have the website where you can go to inquire further. You have the licensing information, the size, the name, the arch, pretty much the same things along with the description as you would have for any other package like for gedit. So the complexities between MariaDB and gedit are obviously Maria database is far more complex, and it's basically you can make a course about MariaDB which would contain like 100 videos, and you still wouldn't cover everything. And gedit you could probably summarize in about 20 minutes or so, but still you get pretty much the same information about the packages. So this is universal across the board. You will be able to figure things out. Now, another important command actually with yum is how do you uninstall a package? So you type in yum remove, and then you type in I'm just choosing gedit here as for demonstration purposes, because I know even if I delete it or if I mess it up or anything like that, I don't care. No vital systems will be harmed. Nothing will happen. That is why I'm using it for this demonstration, because probably you will be using the same package to practice this out, and if you can do with it whatever you want. You're not going to harm your system to any significant point. So if I just type in yum remove gedit, again I'm prompted with a question, do I really want to remove it? And if I type in yes, excellent, it says erasing, removed, gone. it is no longer here, which is fantastic. So we've learned how to remove a package, we've learned how to install a package, we've learned how to search for a package name, and just keep in mind that you can search SQL, you can also combine grep with this, what we have learned in the previous lessons. So if you type in grep and if you type in Maria, oops, no, this is not what I want. If you type in grep dash I space Maria, you will very soon see that our search results are far shorter. So look, we only have 3 now, as opposed to the amount we had before. Okay, the amount that we had before is not too terrible either, but it's very wise to shorten the search results, to filter them through as much as you can, as much as it is possible. You will save yourselves time, and if you get like 100 search results, that's not good because you have to sift through them manually, and that is not something you want to do. You would only do that if you absolutely had to. A better solution would be to go on the net and to see and to figure out more information in regard to the package so that you would be able to create better filters upon search. So this was an example how you can combine grep and pipe along with yum in order to improve your search results as well. So as I was saying, we learned how to search for a package, we learned how to remove a package or uninstall it. We've learned how to install one, how to reinstall one. Uh, I suppose you can just type in remove and then you can type in install, but you can do both of those things with one command, which is far more efficient. Anyway, we will be continuing on and expanding upon this because we still need to mess around with the repositories from where the packages are being pulled, and we will be adding a few. How we shall do this? Well, don't worry about it. It's not, I mean, not don't worry about it, but don't be frightened if you see a file which you need to edit. It's not too complicated. You basically just copy paste. Also, you can add repositories with an uh, RPM command, and that command can also be used to find packages, to install packages, and to modify the repositories as well. Later on, we will deal with these things in the follow-up tutorials because there's more than one way to install, remove a software in Linux. Using the default packet manager is probably the safest option, but there are plenty of others. So we will explore one more, if I'm not mistaken, in the terminal itself, because that is also the one that you should really know as well, which will be of great use to you, primarily because not always can you find everything that you need in the repositories. And I know that in the previous tutorial I have stated that most of the time you can, but you know, there's always like 10-20% of the time when you are not able to find exactly what you need, or somebody has compiled a custom package for you or something of a kind, and you need to know how to install those things. It is very important for you to do so. Uh, Sometimes for certain packages the updates won't come out, and on their official websites you will usually be able to find newer versions of the software, so you can go directly to their sites where the software is, but make sure that you trust these sites. For example, if you're downloading something from Oracle, I mean, yeah, fine, you can trust them that there is no malicious code in their software or something of a kind. But if you're going, I don't know, to some website that nobody has ever heard about, that you don't really feel comfortable with, or that you haven't heard about it before, I definitely wouldn't recommend doing it in the second way through the RPM, from performing any installation through RPM from there. Rather, instead just run code from verified places, as this will be a server machine, and on a server machine you want to be really careful with those things to the point of extreme. In any case, I bid you farewell here, and I hope to see you all in the follow-up tutorial.